Howdy, 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 my Aquarius friend. How are you doing today, darling? We're going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading today, Aquarius, for March 2023. See if something resonates with you today. If it does, be sure to check out your sun, moon, and your rising sign, Aquarius. All right. That's how you get these tarot readings on YouTube to resonate the best with you, is by catering the energy to your chart for these general tarot readings. So let's just get right into your tarot reading today, Aquarius. All right. I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread, but your overall energy for today, before we get into this Celtic cross that I have for you, is the page of, or not the page of wands, the two of wands, actually. All right. So to have this as your overall energy, Aquarius, I like this a lot. All right. You're making some big term, long-term rather, plans for your future here. I feel like I get like this distinction here just in general. March seems to be a pretty major month for you, Aquarius. I feel like it's almost like a coming of age moment. I feel like you're having your future. It's like a lot of the things that you're doing this month is really going to be setting your future up for the long term for success here. And that's like, I feel like you've been doing a lot of changes to make that happen. Like you're really long-term focused now. All right. Aquarius, something has really stirred inside of you where it's like maybe beforehand you were looking for some instant gratification on things here, but now I feel like you kind of have gotten your priorities aligned a little bit differently, and realizing just when it comes to like relationships in your life, when it comes to how you make your money and what have you, you know, beforehand you were able to like deal with certain things, kind of dissociate and be like, all right, what it is, right? But I feel like now for you, Aquarius, you're starting to wake up and be like, you know what? Just because I've known this person for a long time, or just because society tells me they're family to me, doesn't mean I have to entertain them anymore, right? I feel like for you, you're thinking about what is in your life right now and how is it going to be serving you for your future. And you are really making a lot of choices now from a much more mature, elevated place. So let's get right into this tarot reading today, Aquarius. All right. In your situation right now, we have the Death card here. All right. So in your situation currently, you've let go of something. All right. I know you've let go of something based off of your cards here, Aquarius. And your challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like, you're in this process of letting go of something, detaching yourself from something, but also honoring what is best for you personally. And it's really interesting to me, Aquarius, because this either reads off as like you had to let go of a person in your life because they just are no longer good for you, and that was really hard for you to accept. Like it's like this person that you cared about for such a long time that you now are realizing isn't really playing a positive role in your life. Or this is like you, Aquarius, are starting to hold yourself accountable towards the actions or the things that you have been entertaining in your life that are not good for you, whether it's good for your bank account or good for your personal health and just your well-being. I feel like you're really putting a lot on the chopping block right now. Your focus right now, you know, your focus is the Magician card, right? So you this really reminds me, Aquarius, of like some spring cleaning energy, right? Because it's like you are going out with the old, like you're really kicking a lot of things to the curb. You know, some of you guys might have really got really aligned with like the law of attraction or manifesting lately, because it's like you're starting to really acknowledge energy for what it is. I see this on some level for some of you Aquarians, where it's like you're finally acknowledging energy for what it is and how it's playing a role in your life right now. And you're now only interested in dabbling into things that help feed a specific vision that you have for yourself, that you have for your life. So right now, what you're focused in on is really manifesting the reality that you want to see in this world, right? That I always say is the Magician, because that's what they ultimately represent, is that they use all the tools in the toolbox, Aquarius, to create something that they actually like and that they're actually proud of. In the recent past, Six of Swords. In the recent past, you had to walk away from something, right? As I was saying before and earlier, Aquarius, I knew you had to walk away from something from that Death card that's for your own good here, right? With that Six of Swords. And it was a bittersweet thing for you, right? And I feel like it's like whatever it is that you had to walk away from, while the situation itself may not have been that, it may not have been that big of a deal to you, Aquarius, that you had to walk away from that. But the situation, like I feel like because you had to, like, because you moved on from that, it kind of gave you like this wake up call for so many other things in your life, where you're just like, well, since I did that, I might as well take care of all these other things. All right. That's kind of how I see this as for you. Now, possible outcomes for you is the Page of Cups. So I like seeing this a lot for your energy here, because this really just goes back to what I was saying beforehand of the spring cleaning energy, where it's like you go out with the old and bring in some new stuff, right? When you get rid of the old furniture, you bring in some new furniture. And so because this Magician's in your focus right now, I really want to let you know, Aquarius, of where it's like your efforts are not in vain. All right, because this is a potential possible outcome for you. Page of Cups represents new people coming into your life as well as new opportunity. It can be either or. It can also represent the deepening of something current by like something coming up. So like for example, like a deepening of a relationship, something comes up in that way where it's like someone proposes, or you know, maybe like a friendship comes forward to you with an opportunity to work together that'll bring you closer, or like a promotion at your workplace where it's like a new job title, but it further develops your current work situation. Does that make sense? I like to cover all the bases so you can figure out how this puzzle piece really fits in your life in specific, really. Right. And so really, Aquarius, it kind of just based off of like the timing of everything, you have to let me know, like, either you are extremely calculated, which I'm pretty sure that's probably the answer for most of you Aquarians, if I'm willing to wager here. Like, you're either very conscious about like what has been happening for you energetically, that you're just like, oh, like this new stuff's coming in, let me start replacing the old, or your potency, like your potential, like what you're able to do, Aquarius, is just pretty insane here, because it just seems so perfectly set up, it seems so perfectly aligned. All right, now in your near future, you have the Star card coming in here. Now this is your energy, Aquarius, right? The Star card is associated with you. And so really, Aquarius, it's like you are just getting more and more in tune with yourself. And the more that you get in tune with yourself, it almost is like a domino effect. It's like the more that you the better of a relationship that you have with yourself, Aquarius, the more you realize that there are certain things that just don't respect you in the way that you want to be respected. And so it's like in response, the more that you end up walking away from, because you have the better relationship with yourself, because you're just like, okay, like I'm up here and this stuff right here just isn't good for me anymore. I gotta let go of it here, right? And so it's almost like for you, Aquarius, now that you have this honest conversation with yourself about like what you want your life to be 5 years from now, and like what you want to continuously invest your energy into socially, career wise, and what have you, like you're getting you're getting everything on track, you're getting everything in order. And because of this organization, I just see like in response energetically for you, like things really just blossoming for you, really, Aquarius. All right, so in your power position, you have you have the 5 of Wands, not the 7 of Wands. So this is in your power. So at the end of the day, Aquarius, like normally I don't like this card, but to have this in your power position, this is like a sense of where it's like no one can really fuck with you, Aquarius. People, like, this is the type of energy where it's just like someone might start some BS with you, but you will always be the one to end it, type of thing. You know, it's that sense of where it's like you don't want people to try you, but at the same time, you know, you will be the first one to take someone up on a challenge, type of thing here. And so, Aquarius, to have this in your power position, it's just like there's no such thing as can't for you, right? And that's very fitting for the Magician's energy, right? Can't is not in the Magician's vocabulary. So you are capable of anything. You don't really think about, like, I feel like for you, Aquarius, something that you have to be aware about to have the 5 of Wands in your power position is that you need to be aware how you come off as. All right, not to, for me to say that you need to water yourself down or anything like that, but this is the type of energy that you will effortlessly make people jealous. Like, you will be doing your own thing, like you can't even share like what it is that you're doing because it just triggers competition from people, right? Like, I feel like you can't talk about what it is that you are doing or what it is that you've accomplished because it's like your siblings, some of your friends, I use that word loosely, like my let me not, I was gonna make a joke there, let me not, but they always see it as a competition, or like they see some type of like I feel like people like make things aggressive that you do when you're just sitting there existing. I don't know, like for some reason, Aquarius, like I'm getting like some heavy Scorpio energy here from that. Like you guys are an Aquarius, but like you exude some severe, like intense Scorpio energy. Anyways, in your environment right now, Aquarius, you have the World card, the final card in the major arcana, things coming into completion. I feel like for you, you are really like, while the new year happened a couple months ago, it's kind of crazy to even be saying that, like the new year happened a couple months ago. Like, it happened a couple months for you, Aquarius, but for you, it feels like now is where you're finally stepping into like a new level for yourself, or like a new phase for yourself. Like, I feel like you are just now stepping into like something new, like you're like the year's just finally about to begin for you, because like you had to, like so much has come into completion. Like, I don't know, like it's interesting to me, Aquarius. I really want to know in the comments, like, what have you guys been up to here? Because I really do feel like there's like so much that has like that you've completed in your life, and now you're just like, all right, I completed this puzzle, let me bring in this new puzzle here and see like, and everything new that comes with it. All right, and I feel like it's like more than just like one facet of your life. In your hopes, you have the Page of Wands. All right. So in your hopes, you know, all this page energy, I like it. But in your hopes, you're hoping to really be inspired. I feel like on some level, Aquarius, you're still looking for inspiration from other avenues as well. Like you're still like, you're still keeping busy. You're still creating, like you're still really going forward in your life in such a positive way here. But like, I feel like you're still like, there's still something out there that like I feel like you intuitively feel that is like, once it hits you, then you'll know what it is. But like, you're waiting for something to really spark something in you, to really drive the passion up for you in your life. And in your outcome, Aquarius, we have the Sun card, the best card in the tarot deck. So things are just working out so beautifully for you, Aquarius. There really isn't much to really be saying about the Sun card in specific. Like, it's like everything is working out just as you planned, right? And I think I even asked that earlier, Aquarius, where it's just like, either you are a mastermind, Aquarius, or like you this is all calculated for sure, Aquarius. Like, everything is going according to the plan. Like, this really is such a good reading in the sense of where it's just like, I feel like this is going to just be really an affirming reading for most Aquarians, where it's just like, all right, yeah, I'm making the right choices. You know, like, I feel like this entire time you've been just kind of like nodding your head. You're just like, yep. Like, you know, everything's going according to plan type of thing. All right, so let's get into your oracle reading for today, Aquarius. You have the pig spirit, fabulous. You know, number 11 is your numerology number for today. But the pig spirit says using your mind wisely. All right. This is what you have been doing for some time, Aquarius. I feel like, again, that card is just reinforcing what it is that you already needed to, like some of you needed to hear, and knowing that you're not being like manic or anything like that. Like, the decisions you are making are very objective and like are objectively good, right? The animal card that you have, the other animal oracle card rather, is the panda spirit card coming in, creating a sacred space for yourself, in your home and or your workplace. I feel like on some level, anytime I see the panda card, I see this as like a sign from like someone in your spiritual team wanting you to connect with them more. You know, maybe for some of you, it's been a while since you left out an offering for somebody. Perhaps as I'm like sitting with that card a little bit more with this energy here, Aquarius, I really feel like on some level, I feel like on some level for you, There's something that you haven't really utilized. Like, there's like part of your life that you haven't utilized a spiritual force with it. So what does that mean? Like, let me say, like, let's say for example, like in your career, like you kind of leave your spiritual practices out of it. You don't really do anything. When you're trying to make more money, your first go-to is to pick up more hours at work rather than to do a money ritual type of thing, right? If that's the case for you, I would kind of feel like you should lean into doing some type of money ritual, because I feel like you would get a lot of results with that in a social way. You know, maybe you haven't really put much of a focus in on soulmates or a twin flame or anything like that. Believe me, I'm guilty of that as well, because of just how much society has like made soulmates and all that kind of stuff a little bit cringe. I don't put much energy into that, but I feel like there's something that some facet of your life, Aquarius, that you could really apply like a spiritual force to really get some beautiful results with. So take that as you will. And, you know, whatever your practice is none of my business. Your moon oracle card is the disseminating moon, taking time to breathe out. Taking time to breathe out here. All right. And so at the end of the day, Aquarius, you're doing all the right things. There's really nothing I can critique you on here. The only things I want you to do is really remember to take a moment to pause, check in with your loved ones, check in with your friends, check in with your spiritual team as well. Once things get busy, you are a mastermind. Things are all going according to plan, Aquarius. Just make sure that you're doing like the normal stuff that you want to be doing, like the normal routine stuff, like take care of your chores, you know, like your spiritual chores and stuff like that. Spiritual hygiene, that's the word for it. Make sure your spiritual hygiene is being kept up, and just your hygiene in all facets. All right. So I love you so much, Aquarius. Hopefully something in here resonated with you, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future. Bye, darling.